go. So, body image. This has been a subject that has come up quite frequently recently, actually, just from like hearing from friends and stuff like that. And there's a lot of points I want to make that I'm really excited for people that I've been talking to, and also a lot of points I want to make about the fact that this is your body and you're going to be living in it the rest of your life. So sitting there and ragging on it is not beneficial at all. And just like all of these, it's not just women too, it's men for sure, but like for me it's just easier to speak about women because it just like resonates more. But these women are just like, I'm fat, I like have gained so much weight, I need to go on a diet, I need to take diet pills. Like, first of all, there is no easy fix to lose weight. It takes a lifestyle change and it takes hard work and dedication if that's the path you want to go down. But first, before you even start that path, you need to learn how to self-love. And instead of looking in the mirror and seeing all of these things that you hate about yourself, you need to rewire your brain to look in the mirror and see all the things that you find beautiful within yourself. And every single time you look in the mirror and you say, oh, gross, I don't like that about myself, no, stop it. Stop it. Look in the mirror and like notice the beauty about your body. Like, it's near impossible to reach the body aesthetic that you are seeing in Hollywood and in magazines and in modeling, and it's not natural at all. Those things are photoshopped, and we all need to realize that. Like this filter here, for example, like my face does not look like this right now. I'm just really enjoying the little butterflies around my face, but like not attaching to this fake perception of what we look like, especially on Instagram and Facebook. Like the eye tuning or whatever that app is where you just like rub out your wrinkles, it's like those parts of yourself are beautiful and they tell your story, and why do we want to erase those? And you know, it's just the more you look at yourself and you see those negative things that are coming up, the more that's how your mind state's going to be, that's how your body's going to feel. Those are going to be the only things you think about. And when we treat our bodies that way and talk crap to them constantly, it just gets you in this vicious cycle of constantly thinking bad thoughts about yourself, constantly revolving your mind around food, especially with eating disorders. It's like you're never present in the moment that you're in, especially if food is involved, because you're constantly comparing yourself to other people. You're constantly thinking about the food that might come out that you're going to eat that's going to make you fat. You're constantly like in this loop, and you're not even being present and enjoying your life because you're so overconsumed by the way your body looks. And to be honest, no one's looking at your body that way. Like, you're your harshest critic, and you're the one being the meanest to yourself. And something that really helped me, that I think is just something everyone should do, is when you're out, because I used to deal with my own eating disorders, and I would just be so consumed by like the skinniest girls. I'd be like, how do they do that? What are they doing? I'd watch what they were doing, what they were eating, how they were working out and everything, because I was striving to have their body rather than being happy in my body that I'm gonna have my whole life. Like, I mean, there's plastic surgery and stuff like that, but this is my nose, and like this is my shape, and this is my body, and I have big hips that, you know, whatever, and it's just, this is my temple, and I should love it and love that reflection that is in the mirror so deep, like so deep. What I've been noticing is the deeper I fall in love with myself, like through this quarantine, I've been spending so much time just on a lot of self-work, and the more I fall in love with myself, the more it directly reflects back to me, especially my partner. He's just been like, oh my god, I love you so much, you're so beautiful, like you don't even know it, like I can't keep my hands off you, I just want to hug you all the time. And it's just this direct mirror of the things I've been putting into myself that I am seeing reflected back to me. One thing that really helped me when I was fixated on those skinny girls all the time was noticing every body shape and every body size and every woman that walked by, and I would just just be like, God, she's so beautiful. Oh my God, her hair is so beautiful. Wow, look at that shirt on her. Like, just continually complimenting all these women that I passed in my life, all different shapes and sizes. Interesting, because the second you find beauty in those around you, the more beauty you find in yourself. And the more you're giving out compliments to others, the more you find to compliment yourself. So it's like this weird mindset switch of recognition that this is your body forever. The more you fight it, the more angry and upset you're gonna be. And the more you distrust yourself and like use harsh words against yourself, it's just creating this catalyst for the things you hate the most to continue happening because you're putting the most focus on them. So my challenge for you is, if you're looking in the mirror and you're catching yourself nitpicking little things about you that you don't like, switch it immediately. Recognize it and switch it. And the more you work towards this, the easier it'll be, and the more you'll compliment in the mirror rather than criticize. Another thing is restriction. So like, I'm gonna say, oh, I need to lose 10 pounds, blah blah blah, and then I'm gonna restrict pizza. I'm not gonna have pizza anymore, and I love pizza, and I'm gonna go 2 months without pizza. And what's gonna happen the third month? It's like putting a little kid in a candy store. You're gonna overindulge in pizza. And this is where binge eating mentality comes in. It's from restriction. It's you're not allowing yourself the things that you want to have, and so you tend to overindulge. So next time you go to the freezer and you see your tub of ice cream and you're like, I'm gonna have some of that, and instead of saying, I'm just gonna have some tonight, I won't have any for like the rest of the week, because on that night you're gonna sit down and you're gonna eat half to the whole entire container, because you're telling yourself, I can have this right now, but I can't later. So you're gonna overindulge, like, I'm gonna get as much of this as I can while I'm allowing myself to have it. And this I just see so often in this diet game that people are in. And tell me if you've had a successful diet. Tell me if you've cut out carbs for 3 months and lost 30 pounds and didn't gain most of it back. I'd love to hear about it. Tell me if you've cut out like dairy in your life, and obviously a lot of people like feel better without dairy, just like stomach wise, but let's say you did that as your diet, and how did that work out for you? Did you overindulge later, or are you still on the path? And obviously I'm not trying to knock shame on anyone who's in the diet process right now. I'm just saying restriction doesn't work. It doesn't work for anything. It doesn't work for food. It doesn't work for a lot of times like wine or alcohol if you don't have a really big problem with it. It doesn't work for working out. The second you put your pressure on yourself to accomplish something that is restrictive, or like this like I have to do it mentality, is the second that it just isn't gonna, it's not sustainable. So like the thing that's sustainable is loving your body, putting that good energy into it, telling yourself you're freaking beautiful all the time, like falling so deeply in love with yourself that you don't need the validation of someone else to love you is so powerful. Even if you have to write a love letter to yourself or something, just give yourself so much love, because you are a miracle on this planet, and you are absolutely perfect and gorgeous just as you are. And especially for women, I think when you're like approaching your late 20s, early 30s, your body starts changing, because I mean, we make babies in here. So your hips get bigger, your butt gets bigger, you get a little belly pooch, which is where your organs are and where that belly would be created, or the baby would be created in your belly. And it's just like this process of flourishing as a woman, and see it as like this beautiful abundance of this beautiful flower, like in full growth, and you're blooming, and just stop being so hard on yourself. Like that energy you're putting on yourself is going to shift your entire reality. If it's negative, and if it's positive, it's going to create a positive reality. So love yourself and look in the mirror and just gaze at how beautiful you are, and how everyone is different, and your uniqueness is your power. So own up to it, step into it, stop buying clothes that you want to fit into later because it's just gonna make you feel bad. Buy clothes that fucking fit. Buy clothes that are a little loose around the waist and are so comfortable and make you feel really, really good. Not something like a pair of shorts that you can barely button and you're like, oh, I'm gonna fit in those by 6 months from now. It's just, that's gonna trick your mind and your whole setting. It's just, get rid of them, let them go, move on, understand you're a size bigger now and everything is going to be just fine and you are enjoying life and all of its little indulgences and just play and be happy and love the temple that God has given. I just want to make one shout out to a friend. I won't share her name, but I talked to her the other day and in her little voice message to me was, yeah, I got this outfit and it was a small and I need to exchange it for a medium and yeah, so I'm just trying to figure that out. And I was like, whoa, you've dealt with so many eating disorders. The fact that you just so simply and swiftly were like, I need a medium, it's okay. And we're just like owning that. Like, it just like made me so happy to see that like growth within someone else, like as well as myself. Like, I can totally relate to that. Just being like, oh my God, I have to get a size bigger. And also in women's sizes, it's like nothing, it doesn't equal ever. Like it just depends on the brand you have. So yeah, just little tidbits to think about, but love this temple that you're in and treat it good, but also it's all moderation and balance and just tuning in and listening, opening the fridge and being like, what am I hungry for rather than what should I eat? That's a big one that changed a lot for me. I ask myself now, what am I hungry for? Instead of being like, I should have a salad, like that's the lowest calorie, it's gonna be like the cleanest for me. Now I'm like, tonight I was like, I want some fucking mashed potatoes with cheese and corn on top. And that's what I had for dinner. And then I'm not finding myself going back for that later. Like I'm giving myself what I want now rather than having that salad and then later eating the mashed potatoes. And you know, if you want like a cookie at midnight or a piece of cake for your birthday or to celebrate with a friend, like who's telling you no for that? That's restriction. That's no more restriction.